Hi everyone, Gnev here and welcome to my top 5 ways of making gold in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. The methods shown here will be listed by their GPM, gold per minute, but you'll earn the most gold by doing the one you enjoy the most, since you'll obviously spend the most time doing it. Don't just expect to watch this video and to become a WoW millionaire in a day. You'll need to invest time in them. I'll show you how, but you are the one that has to actually do it. So without further ado, here are my top 5 ways of making gold in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. I'm starting the list off with the simplest way of making gold, one we all know of, questing. Once you hit level 80, the experience reward earned from questing is transferred to gold, so you'll be earning approximately 50 gold per quest, plus the gold earned from selling the items you gain from the mobs that you kill while questing. I would recommend this method of farming gold while the server is fresh, before gold inflation sets in. The rewards are good enough to get your fast flying mount and all the BOE gear that you need in just a few hours. However, you're limited by the sheer amount of quests in high level zones, and there are also some really long and tedious quest lines which will give you a headache if you aren't going for the Lore Master achievement. Through questing, I've earned 520 gold in 32 minutes, which transfers to about 1k gold per hour. If you really enjoy questing and you aren't into professions, I would recommend this method for you. Eternals are always needed and are always easy to farm, Eternal Fire usually being the most pricey of them. There are many places to farm them, so I went and tried out a few good spots and calculated the GPM from them. The first spot I tried is this pool in the Storm Peaks. There weren't too many people, so I was able to make about 320 gold in 10 minutes, which transfers to almost 2k gold per hour. The problem about this place is that when the expansion launches on WotLK Classic, everybody will be killing them for their Sons of Hodir reputation quest. The next spot I tried was this cave in the Storm Peaks, which is in my opinion the best place for farming Eternal Fires. I was able to make about 600 gold in 10 minutes, which transfers to 3600 gold in an hour. It's an incredible place to just chill in while listening to music or watching movies on another monitor. The only problem with the cave is that it's well known, so there will be a lot of players contesting the place for the sweet gold. Still, if you find the place empty, I would recommend the cave since it doesn't require any professions and it's quite easy and fun to do. For my number 3 spot on the list, I chose a combination of mining and herbalism. Either of them alone is fine, but searching for both at the same time will boost your profits quite a bit. But how can you do both, you wonder? A year ago I found this useful macro online, which automatically changes between tracking ore and herbs on your minimap, and it has saved me a lot of time and gold. I will of course include the macro in the description of the video. I mostly do this in the Ice Crown region because there's a lot of lich blooms and titanium ores, as well as some always fun world PvP. For the purposes of this video, I leveled both the professions on my new rogue, which doesn't have fast flying on it, so I can show you this really useful trick. There is a quest line with the Knights of the Ebon Blade, which allows you to ride on the fast griffin without having to train fast flying. I'll include the link to the quest in the description as well. Through this method, I was able to make about 1600 gold in materials in 30 minutes, which transfers to 3200 gold in an hour. Why I love gathering professions is that you can always do them. However, the gold will vary from the amount of people digging for the same stuff. For my number 2 spot on the list, I chose skinning, more specifically Oculus skinning. Oh, the amount of time I spent in this instance, but it was how I got my first Shadowmourne on Warmane's Icecrown server. For this farm, you'll have to have a decently geared character. Boomkins, Retribution Paladins and Shadow Priests work best in my opinion. Once you're inside, you kill the mobs, leading to the first boss of the instance. The drakes inside drop a lot of Borean leather and icy dragon scales, which can fetch quite a bit of gold on a good auction house day. They also drop Arctic fur, which is used for most endgame leatherworking recipes, so it will always be expensive. Through this method, I was able to make 840 gold in 12 minutes, which transfers to 4200 gold per hour. The only downside being you can only do 5 runs an hour, since you'll get instance locked on your account. Why I love this farm and why it's my number 2 spot on the list is because it's easy to do and it's never contested. You're the only person in the instance. You can also multiply your profits by making leatherworking items and selling them to the end buyer yourself. For my number 1 spot on the list, I chose auction house flipping. You can resell gems, leatherworking gear, blacksmithing gear. You can buy useless greens and blues of the auction house, disenchant them and turn them into useful enchants. You can make necklaces from jewel crafting, disenchant them and make frostweave bags from the infinite dust. The options are infinite. The add-on I use for this is Auctionator, which I will include the link to in the description. You can also download Postal to get your items from the mail faster. Thank you for watching. I hope I've helped you on your World of Warcraft journey. This was the first video I've ever made, and I'd be really happy to hear your opinions and suggestions in the comments. I will try to put out one weekly video about Wrath of the Lich King, so consider subscribing if you would like to see similar videos.